creative thinker doers are the winners of life. Okay, I remember hearing Steve Jobs once, and he said, or maybe Jeff Bezos, and he said that thinkers aren't the winners, doers aren't the winners, thinker doers are the winners, right? And I would add to that and say thinker doer creatives are the winners. Because to get good at anything, you have to copy people, but you can't make a perfect replica of the action that you're watching someone else take. Okay, it's impossible. You can't even replicate your own action the same way, the exact same fucking frame, millisecond, whatever, with every single time. And what do I mean by that? I mean, grab a pencil and try to draw two stars that look exactly the same at a microscopic level. It's impossible, right? And so when you're copying people, you actually have to copy what you can see and be creative to fill in the gaps that you can't. Because as you try to copy other people, you're just not always going to get all the right answers and all the right information. And so you're going to move extremely fucking slow if you don't know how to create. Be creative. Use your human brain. Use your imagination. And imagination and creativity is a muscle. And so you build it through literally exercising it, using it over and over and over, pushing it outside of its limits. What can I create? What kind of art can I create? What kind of solutions can I create to problems? What kind of businesses can I create? What can I create to strengthen that imagination muscle for me? As I do it, as I write, I get more ideas. As I create, I get more creative, right? As I build, I get more skill and also more awareness and also more experience and all sorts of shit. And of course, more creativity. And so creatives, thinkers, doers, right? Those are the three categories. None of them win by themselves. None of them are very powerful by themselves, but all of them together makes an extremely powerful, unstoppable motherfucking force, which is you as a human, which is something you can tap into. Being a creative thinker doer, learning how to think, it is a skill. You're not taught it in school. I don't know why. School's a piece of shit. I didn't go to school. I dropped out. Okay, so thinkers need to be taught to think. How do you think? Well, you ask yourself questions, right? That's the first step. Ask yourself questions. How do I think? How do I normally think? How do I watch myself think? How do I watch my thoughts go by me? Let's meditate, right? Whatever, like let's sit in my thoughts. Let's go on walks with no phone. Let's just think. Let's force my brain into thinking and practicing that skill that is thinking. And how else do you get good at thinking? Study great thinkers. Study fast speakers. Study great speakers, because great speakers are great writers and great writers are great thinkers. You understand? So great readers, writers, and thinkers and speakers all come together because they all play into each other. And so if you want to get good at thinking, study the greatest thinkers. If you want to get good at creating, study the greatest artists. That is people who create things out of their mind. That is entrepreneurs. They create solutions to problems, and they also create businesses. That is artists of any sort. That is people that create, and people can be artists in any single type of work. Any single type of work. If you haven't read the book Linchpin, I highly recommend it. Seth Godin is a great fucking author. Talk about an artist. And he will get you to start thinking about how you can be creative and passionate and a linchpin in any work. Be irreplaceable in any single type of work you do, because there are artists, who are plumbers. My own father is an artist as a plumber. Some of the work he does, makes your house look more beautiful than it did before he did his work. Like he lines up all the copper piping perfectly, and he has it all running in the right direction. He has it all again level instead of like crooked. All sorts of shit. Like he's an artist with his work. Why? Because he's been doing it for 25 years, right? And he cares. And so people are artists that are mechanics. People are artists that are painters, snowboarders, surfers, builders of any kind, right? Construction workers. It doesn't matter. People are artists. And so you want to study artists, study great creative people. If you want to get good at thinking, study thinkers. If you want to get good at being creative, study artists, study creators. And if you want to get good at, of course, doing, then study people who do whatever you want to do. You understand? You have to study people who are good at the thing you want to do and get around them. Immerse yourself in them. Only study masters. One of my mentors, he says, only study the highest quality information in the world. I believe that's a quote from Naval. And Tony Robbins, he says the exact same thing. Only study the highest quality information in the world. And there is a great reason for this, okay? I'll tell you why right now. If you study people who are good and who have been doing something for 10 years and all they are is good, then all you're going to be is fucking bad, because you're studying someone who's good. He's mentoring you. He's been doing this full time for many years, and you're just starting out and learning from him who's good. You're going to do very bad. You're going to get bad results. If you study someone who's great, you're going to get at the max good results, because again, you're not going to be exactly like them. They've been doing this. They do this full time. This is their life, and they're only great, right? And so you don't even want to just study the greats. You want to study the extraordinaries. You want to study the outstanding. You don't want to study the top 1%. You want to study the top 1% of the top 1%. That is how you get outstanding results. Those guys are the masters, the pinnacle of success. Why study anything other than them? Why study anything lower? And which is almost contradictory because I'm telling you to study only the greats when I'm not even the greatest in the world, right? And I'm telling you to also share your journey online as you go. But that doesn't matter. I'm still going to attract opportunities. I'm still going to attract friends. I'm still going to attract people that want to work with me. I'm still going to attract all sorts of things because I'm putting myself out there. And maybe in the wake of me creating content, creating online, posting publicly to the internet with my work and with myself and with my ideas and thoughts and all those things, maybe in that way, I'll be able to help someone like you figure out that maybe you should only be studying the greats. And so stop studying me right now. Go find the greatest people at the things that you want to do and study them. Get around them and then do it. The third step is not only study them, not only get around them, but do it repetitiously. Do what they do. Model them repetitiously for a long time. Okay? Not for a month, not for 2 months, 6 months, a year. No, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. Find the things you want to do. Find the people who are the greatest at them. Get around them and do them forever. Okay? Commit for the rest of your life to get good at these things, even if you don't do it for the rest of your life. Even if on year 3 you stop and want to move to something else, that's okay. You were all in on this thing for the last 3 years, and that's why you got as good as you did and as good as you could. You understand? So that is all I wanted to share with you guys. I hope that's really useful. But yes, it is not the creatives who win. It's not the thinkers who win. It's not the doers who win. It is the creative thinker doers. The thinkers, because you need to be able to think for yourself. You need to be able to think, and it's a skill that's not taught by your parents or by schools or anything. Okay, so you need to learn to think from great thinkers, study them, all that. Learn to be a great creative by studying creatives, by studying people who are highly creative. You'll start noticing things that they do. Like, for example, all creatives and things that they do, by the way, is patterns. Okay, patterns is what you're going to be looking for. What do they all do? All the great thinkers do something. What is it? One of the things is asking tons of questions. One of the things is being very hyper curious, but also being able to control that curiosity, not use it, in the way that it kind of wastes their time. You want to use curiosity, but then sometimes you want to turn that off, turn that part of your brain off and not be curious and just fucking work. You don't always want to go down every rabbit hole because you'll never get anything done. And so all the great creatives, they're highly curious, but all the great doers are highly focused and prioritized. And so you're going to combine these skills, right? Thinkers, doers, creators. And how do you get good at doing? Well, you decide what you want in life. What you want is going to require a set of skills, because between where you are today and where you want to be, and between you and the future you, the person who already lives the life that you want to live, someone lives the life you want to live. I promise you. If you want to build businesses, if you want to be a singer, if you want to be a writer, it doesn't matter. You're not a snowflake, and somebody lives the life you want to have. And so find those people and get around them. Those are your masters, right? Those are the people you're going to model, mentor, or be a mentee of, and get around other people who also study them. And those are going to become your peers, your friends, your community. Sorry, these loud ass cars. So I say all that to say, between where you are today and where you want to be is a set of skills. That big gap in the middle is a set of skills. If you acquire those skills, you can do the things that that person does, okay? And you can build those skills with time and effort. We know that to be true. Adopt the Growth Mindset. Read the book Mindset. I'll link it in the description. One of the most foundational books in the fucking world, period, okay? Now, it opens up a world of potential for you. I like to say that the growth mindset is the key to the lock that is the fixed mindset that opens the door to your potential. So adopt the growth mindset. It will open up the world of potential for you, and you'll be able to start to acquire skills and become whoever you want, because you can just know that you can adopt any type of knowledge, any type of idea, any type of skill that other people have, because all of it was acquired and built, and you can acquire and build any of that because you're a human. Okay, that's your advantage over other animals, so use it. And so back to the idea that between where you are today and where you want to be is a set of skills. Those set of skills are going to be acquired by you with time and effort. Those skills are going to be your doers. You're going to find people who are great at those skills and study them. So now you are going to become a creative, thinking doer. And that's what's going to make you successful. I'll see you guys later. Please have a wonderful fucking day. Peace out.